when we hear plant-based, most of us hear maybe like no meat. So is this possibly something that's a drastic change? That's the case for plant-based diets?
Well, I'm glad you used that word drastic, and that's what we want to stay away from. When we try to adapt a healthier lifestyle, we want to get to a healthier weight for so many reasons, just medically, socially, everything, but we want to stay away from the word drastic change. That's why I like plant-based diets, because plant-based diets don't mean no meat, they just mean less meat, and it's an easier modification or transition for people so that they have a better chance of sticking to it for the long term and getting that success that they deserve.
We all want that success. So what is that research stating in regards to the health benefits of plant-based diets?
Right. The research is stating so many benefits. Like, number one, if you're someone that has a genetic predisposition for cardiovascular disease, meaning that maybe your parents, maybe your father had a stroke, your mom had a heart attack, you already have hypertension and elevated cholesterol, you are at high risk of having that heart attack. But the research has shown time and time again, if you adapt that plant-based diet, you have a better chance of getting to a healthier weight, but also you have less of a chance of having that heart attack or stroke, or even if you're someone with just diabetes. Overall, the research has shown better diabetic control with lower hemoglobin A1Cs. Some people that were on insulin no longer have to take insulin. Now they only take pills. And some people on pills don't have to take anything. So there's so much research behind plant-based diets that show that there's such a benefit. And I advise everyone to consider it.
There's also different types of plant-based diets. So expand on
That is
that.
correct. That is correct. I had to write it down, make sure I don't mess it up. But you have semi-vegetarian. Now, that's your plant-based diet that we're talking about right now, where you can still have some meat, just not so much. So an example would be a family that's making that transition, that modification. Instead of having for dinner chicken for dinner, they'll say, for dinner, we're going to have beans, we're going to have corn, we're going to have greens, and we'll have a side of chicken. So instead of having a drumstick and a thigh, maybe just have a drumstick. And that way you still have some chicken, but you just don't cut it all the way out where you're just like, forget that, I'm not going to do it anymore. The second is the pescatarian, and that's the one that my wife and we engage in, and we mostly just eat seafood. We'll eat fish, maybe shrimp, oyster, crab, and then we'll eat vegetables with that. The vegetarian is the ones that can eat eggs and milk. And then lastly, the vegan. That's no meat products, no eggs, no milk. It's a little bit tougher. It's healthy, but hey, some people can do it.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Quinn. At first, I was thinking plant-based diets. I don't know if I could do it, but it seems pretty doable with what you just said. So thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you for having me.